Welcome to Legal Nurse Podcast. I'm Pat Iyer. This is a podcast that has been sharing content with you, tips, strategies to help you in your business, which I started in September of 2016. We are now in our 9th year, and we love sharing information with you to help you in your practice. Mark your calendars. Our next online conference is taking place February 27, 28, and March 1 of 2025. We have our act together. We've got this conference planned for you and available for you to reserve your seat at the lowest rate by going to lnc.tips/February 2025 virtual. That link again is lnc.tips/February 2025 virtual. There's no spaces in that link at all, particularly between the February and the virtual. lnc.tips/February 2025 virtual. We'd love to have you join us at that conference and get the benefit of the expertise of our speakers and our topics, all designed to give you the knowledge, the support, and the networking that you need as a legal nurse consultant. And now, let's get on to the show. In the program that you're about to watch, you'll have an opportunity to meet Tiffanie Kellog. She is a whiz at helping people understand how to use a simple 5-step process to obtain referrals. Tiffanie is skilled at this system, and you're going to learn this system starting now. I am delighted to have an opportunity to have you meet Tiffanie Kellog. Tiffanie and I met when we were both active in attending in-person meetings of the Central Florida National Speakers Association, where as soon as I heard about Tiffanie's area of expertise in helping people get referrals, I thought this is something that we need for you. Asking a client to recommend you to another potential client is a very successful strategy, but it's one that intimidates a lot of people. And Tiffanie has developed deep expertise in making this a comfortable process, a much more reliable process for getting clients, and we'll share with you why it's so advantageous to be able to get new clients through referrals. Tiffanie, I am delighted that you are here with us and look forward to what you have to say.
Thank you so very much, Pat. We are here today to talk about creating abundant referrals. And so the definition of a referral is the opportunity to do business with someone in the market to buy your product or service. It is not a guaranteed sale, but a chance to discuss your service for you with someone. So I'm curious, in the chat box, what do you love about referrals? If you're currently getting any. If you've yet to get a referral, you can just give us a 0. That lets us know we're not there yet. Though for those of you that have gotten the referrals, what do you love about getting referrals? And we'll want to keep the chat box handy. We'll use it a bit in the presentation today. So I've got a couple 0s coming in, so we're not getting the referrals yet. Valerie says the referrals are easy. Mary Beth said, loved a referral from another LNC. That is awesome. When we do our program in a couple of months, which Pat will talk to you in about 25 minutes about, we'll talk more in that program about turning your fellow LNCs into potential referral sources for your ideal client, because not everybody is your ideal client, but everybody is somebody's ideal client. So we like that they're free, though we may not have gotten any yet. So we've got some going on. Ooh, Debbie shared, I had one attorney who placed my name on the AAJ website, got 50 plus for him. And so Debbie, you're right on the nose with that. To me, when I think about referrals, it's who are the 4, 6, or 8 people that can pass me referrals all day, every day. So the business is coming to me, but I'm getting ahead of myself. The goal to me when it comes to referrals is we want it to be able to help us make money, though it would be nice if it was also easy. Sometimes those two things don't go together, but my intention is how can we get the money? How can we make it easy for you so we have easy money flowing into our business? My goal, what I like to do is to help people have more money, more time, and more fun. Because what would your business be like if you could double the number of clients that you have coming to you by referral? Would that make a big difference to you? Like, let's put in the chat, what would those more clients mean to you? Because I want us to have a vision of what this could create for us. Oh, Arlene, that's a really great story. A referral from an LNC led to a 20-year stint of work. Brilliant. Diane said, referrals for me would be more freedom. And freedom to do what? Because I am about the business side of it, but I'm also about the fun of it. And so we want to have some fun too. Valerie gets to expand her business. And so that's my intention with this presentation today. Chris is wanting that work-life balance. Teresa is looking for portable work to be able to travel. Excellent. Mary Beth is like, last night shit's at the hospital. And Susan, I'm right there with you. I live in Florida, so we want to enjoy the beach. So we've got some vacation, some freedom, all kinds of things is what we're working towards. Now you might be wondering, who am I? Pat gave me a brief introduction. My goal is to help people have more money, more time, and more fun. Sometimes I do that one-on-one, in small groups, in larger groups, though I spend quite a bit of time on Zoom nowadays. I very rarely leave the office. I get to hang out here. I'm a certified virtual presenter, which hopefully means what we do today will be well worth your time. If I'm not talking, I like to write as well as read. I've got 3 books that have been published, a collection of over 400 pairs of socks, which is a conversation for a different day. When I'm not working, I am all about the work hard, play hard. My husband and I do enjoy trying out some craft beers. We just adopted last year 2 little puppies. They're actually siblings, Chihuahua Yorkie mixes, Guinness and Harper, so the beer is coming. And if it's nerdy, I'm into it. Star Trek, Star Wars, Doctor Who, if it's nerdy, I'm there. So much so I'll be at MegaCon next week. But I'm going to keep the nerdiness out of today's presentation and really just focus on the referrals. Though I do want to let you know, there is no way that we can cover this conversation around getting referrals all in the 20 minutes that I have left for my presentation. And so Pat's going to give you some additional details when I'm done about how to get more information. But I'm going to get the tip of the iceberg for us today as we talk about the 5 steps to referral success. So we're going to keep it pretty simple. Step number 1 is identifying who is your target market. And so what is that ideal client for you? What type of case do you like working on? Be really specific with this. Now, when I first got into business for myself, I owned a promotional products company. And I'm like, I can make pins and shirts and all of this for anybody. And then I ended up being like this. Have any of you ever felt like you were very busy running around doing a lot without accomplishing much? Let's get a show of hands. We'll do old-fashioned hand raise. How many of you? Yeah. Any of you that's like even been this week? It can be super hard and frustrating. And so what I find is if we have that focus, it's really going to help us in generating the referrals. And so if I said to you, hey, let's give a blank slate here. If I said to you, I'm looking for the red hair gal, pigtail braids, freckles, polka dotted dress, fishnet stockings, patent leather high heel shoes, put in the chat box, who comes to mind when I share with you that description? I know it's like a crazy fictional description. All right, we've got many. Laura, that's awesome. I don't think I've ever gotten many, but that's a really good one. Who else is coming to mind? Red hair, pigtail braids, freckles, polka dotted dress, fishnet stockings, patent high heel shoes. The adult version of Pippi Longstocking I get a lot, Wendy's, Pippi. So yes, those are the ones I get quite frequently. Sometimes I get Cyndi Lauper. But here's the thing. I gave you this crazy fictional character, And you were able to come up with somebody. Ooh, Annie is a good one, Pat. I like that. And so really, we want to be specific about the clients that we're looking for. Now, I have a super cute video that really brings home this idea of we want to be specific about the clients that we're looking for. It is a little low in volume, so you may have to lean in a bit. However, it is worth the 2 minutes that we're going to spend listening to this because it'll paint the picture for you.
I'm not getting enough clients. I'm going broke.
That sounds frustrating. Can you start by telling me what you do?
I sell a supplement product.
So you sell this product. To whom are you selling it?
That's the best part. This can help anyone.
So your perfect audience is?
Everyone.
There are almost 7 billion people in the world.
It could help them all. I want to reach everyone.
So, your target market is the whole planet?
Yes.
Okay. I think this may be your problem. Most businesses fail because they have no idea of who they are trying to reach.
I know who I'm trying to reach. I'm trying to reach everyone.
Right. And this is where things break down. When you try to be everything to everyone, you end up being nothing to everyone. You can't please everyone. After all, if your target market is everyone, then how can you know where to find them? Or how to word your marketing materials to them? Or where to advertise? Does this make sense?
No.
What?
They are easy to find. They are everywhere. I can advertise anywhere.
I thought you were broke.
I am so broke. I can't even afford a pancake. I am hungry. Will you buy me a pancake?
No. I will not buy you a pancake.
I want a pancake.
This is ridiculous. I will not buy you a pancake. So, you're broke.
Yes.
And your target market is everyone.
Yes.
So you can advertising anywhere and everywhere.
Yes.
How will you afford that when you can't even afford to buy yourself a pancake?
Oh.
Do you see the problem?
Yes. Thank you. I will do all of my marketing word of mouth and grassroots then. I will spend my time instead of my money.
Do you have any idea how much time it would take you to reach 7 billion people?
I don't care. I am on a mission. This is my life's purpose. I will do it.
Even if you only spent 1 minute per person.
I will do it.
That's 7 billion minutes.
I will do it.
That would take you 13,318 years. During which time you would still be broke because you would never sell anyone your product in 1 minute. 13,000 years without even being able to afford a pancake.
Oh.
So do you see why narrowing your target market might be useful and actually save you time and money? By choosing one group to focus on, it will help you spend every penny and every minute on something that is much more likely to get you business.
Okay.
Good.
All right. So I love the chats, the comments that are coming through. We've got crying eye emoji. I feel like this is a circular conversation with people every day. Yes, Nancy, so much so. It's just over and over again. Yeah, Diane, I could see how that might be like being in the ER triage. And so really the goal is with this, and the reason I shared is it's just such a great way in 2 minutes to bring home the point, is to have you think, you know, who is your ideal client? Is it a certain type of case? Is it a certain ailment? What is it? And what's your specialty? And again, Pat will talk about an opportunity coming up in a couple of months where perhaps you can even turn some of your competition of other LNCs into your best referral sources. And so we want to think about, what is your ideal client? Who does that look like? So that's step number one. Now, step number two is going to be,
before we continue.
Hi, I'm Jane Herron, and I'm happy to recommend the LNC Success virtual conferences that are presented by Pat Iyer and Barbara Levin. I've had the opportunity to attend all conferences. There's always a variety of great speakers and topics. There's something for everyone. LNCs of all levels of experience, from brand new to highly experienced. And it's a great way for us to earn our CEUs. You can opt to purchase access to the recordings if you can't make the live conference, or if you just want to be able to hear the information again. It's very affordable, especially because you can attend the conference from wherever you are. No travel, no hotels, no costly meals. You can attend in your pajamas if you'd like. There are fun networking opportunities and chances to brainstorm together in the frequent breakout sessions. There's opportunities to set up one-on-one sessions with Barbara Levin, which are always helpful. As I said, I'm happy to recommend the conferences, and I hope to see you at the next LNC conference.
Activate your referral sources. And so there are 8 different kinds of referral sources. The best referral sources, in my mind, are what we call your contact sphere relationships. Now, sometimes people call these sphere of influence, your circle, so it's usually circular. And these are going to be the non-competing industries with your ideal client. So your contact sphere relationships are the non-competing industries with your ideal clients. And so if you're trying to get in front of the attorneys, have you made friends with the membership director at the Bar Association? Have you made friends with the person that sells the membership into the law library site? Used to, it was who would sell you the books for the law library. Now most people, unless they're putting it in their office behind them, are using those people. And so you really want to think, who are trying to sell to the attorneys that I really want to work with, and create that focus. And so you want to think about, and if you're not sure, maybe go to some of your best clients, the people that you love working with, that love you, and ask them, okay, who is selling to you? Whose email newsletter list are you on that they want to buy, they want you to buy from them? And so think about who could be those ideal clients. Those ideal referral sources. And once we've got them, what we have to do is twofold. And so this is steps 3 and 4. And I put them here together because they really do have to go together. You can't have one without the other. And that's to educate and motivate. Now, we want to educate our referral sources so they know how to talk about what we do. And we want to motivate them so they want to get out there and do stuff. Now, if we've educated them very well, but we haven't motivated them, they're probably not going to do anything. If we've motivated them well, but we haven't educated them, sometimes we like to call that ignorance on fire. Like, hey, please tell me about, insert your name here. So tell me about Jean. Yeah, she's great. What does she do? A wonderful job. How does she do that? Well, and it's like, oh, okay, that didn't actually help me any. So we want to make sure that we're educating our referral sources. One thing that I like to say is share a single sentence on how you help your clients. So for me, I like to say I help people have more money, more time, and more fun. And if you forget that, my husband got me a sign to put on my wall, so it's very obvious right there. If I was to describe what you do in one sentence, what would that be? What would you say? So maybe put it into the chat box. How do you help your clients? What is that single, easy to share sentence? So that when people are talking about you, the amazing LNC, they can also say she helps her clients. And I'm not seeing a flood of responses yet. So we're either slow to get to our chat box or we're thinking, I don't know. How would I say that? My goal when it comes to referral generation is to make it easy for my referral sources. And so they can say, hey, let me introduce you to Arlene. She's going to help you win. Let me introduce you to Diane. She's going to help you find clarity. And so we really want to think about what is the message that we want our referral sources to share. I also like to share success stories. I think that's a powerful thing, though do make sure that you do them within the rules of your profession. Don't go outside of that scope. We always have to be careful, but I love the ideals of success stories for how you've helped. One of my Tiffanies, so that's your epiphany from Tiffany. The first time somebody said that, I was like, that's no. But then I'm like, okay, I kind of like it. So one of my favorite Tiffanies is the more your network knows, the more your business grows. And so the more that you can teach your referral sources exactly how to refer you, exactly what you do, what's your referral receiving process, the more referrals that you're going to get. And that's the name of the game. That's what we're here to do today. So that's step 3. Step 4 then comes to the motivating. And again, I mentioned they go together. It's almost like the flip side of the coin. You can't have one without the other, or the results won't be great. So we want to educate and motivate. And so when it comes to motivating, sometimes it's about figuring out what's the best way to motivate your people. And it does vary. So I mentioned earlier that I'm a beer fan. Somebody sent me this video several years ago, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is perfect for talking about finding the right motivational technique. So here we go on motivating.
Did you bring anything for the clothing drive?
No.
Too bad. You get a free Bud Light for every article of clothing you donate.
Sweet.
How important do you think it is to find the right motivating factor for your referral sources? And some people are driven by other things. Some people, the beer would work. Some people, not so much. But I just like this because it shows picking the right motivator can make a difference. And so when you're thinking about your best referral sources, perhaps you can generate referrals for them. That would be something that would probably motivate them to want to refer you more if you refer them more. It could be, let me buy you lunch. Let's spend some time together. Perhaps it's, let's go play golf or go out on the boat, go to the beach, have some fun. Any of you like to speak in public? That's something that motivates you? Or some of you are like, no, that doesn't. Okay, so Laura is like, yes, I like it. I always do recommend if you're booking speaking engagements for the people in your network, make sure they like to do speaking engagements first, because that could be a demotivator. Perhaps it's promoting them on social media. Maybe it's even sending a gift. I have a client, she's a general contractor, and she sent some cookies to a past client of hers. And that client then sent her 2 weeks later a $200,000 referral. Now it's a different profession, I get, but 2 cookies, 200 grand. So we like to call her 2 Cookie Kathy. And so sometimes it's something super simple that we can use to motivate our network. And yes, Michelle, I think this is one of the best ads, one of the best commercials I've seen. It's just hysterical. I don't know that I've ever seen it on TV, but I'm glad Bud Light made it. Now, I promised you 5 steps, and I've got about 7 minutes left based off of my clock, Pat. Am I right with that? Okay, perfect. And so the last step that I want to talk about is asking for referrals. And here's the thing. Most people don't ask for referrals. Why? I'm not going to say, why do you not ask for referrals? Maybe you do, but put in the chat, why do you think it is that most people aren't asking for referrals? Maybe we just didn't think about it. Faye said, I don't want to be a bother to them. Oh, it looks like we've got a lot of this fear of rejection coming in. So yes, we forget to do it for sure. We don't want to impose for sure. Though I would say most people don't ask because they're afraid of getting a no. So what if I said to you, if you ask for referrals and you get a no, you're doing it wrong? Most people say, do you know anyone that needs my product or service? Here's the thing. The human mind, we are inundated with between 65 and 75,000 pieces of stimuli on a daily basis, of which our brain can process 2,000, 2,500. So there's a lot coming in. So our brain is the most efficient machine ever. And it's like, oh, do I know anyone that needs a product or service? That requires work. No. So what we want to do instead is change the languaging of how we're asking. So instead of, do you know anyone that needs my product or service? You want to switch that and share, I'm expanding my business and I need your help. Who do you know who? And then follow that with a very specific referral request. So it could be that you ask for a certain kind of attorney. It could be that you ask, I mentioned earlier, those referral sources. So maybe you ask for the membership director of the local bar association. And so we want to be really specific. I'm expanding my business and I need your help. And so if I'm out at a networking event, maybe I could ask. If I'm talking to a current client, maybe one that I've already done the case for, not brand new, hey, before I let you off the phone, I'm expanding my business and I need your help. Who do you know who? And insert that specific referral request. How would you fill in that request? I'm expanding my business and I need your help. Who do you know who? Give me a specific type of person, a specific profession. Tell me a little bit more about that person. So let's put it in the chat box. I'm expanding my business and I need your help. Who do you know who? Fill in the blank. And we like to say, be specific to be terrific. The more specific you can be, the better. If you know a firm that you would like to work with, you could use that. I see we're all kind of thinking. We haven't started putting into the chat box yet. Michelle, who do you know who bakes cookies? We could totally do that. That would not be me. I'm very good at store-bought stuff. Though, does it count as baking cookies if I buy, like, I don't even buy the roll of cookie dough. I just buy the pre-sliced one. So you just put it straight on. Does that count as baking cookies? All right. Debbie's shared, who do you know who is a defense attorney on PI cases? Who do you know who is a med mal related to MVBA cases? Mary Beth says, who do you know that's an attorney struggling to understand voluminous medical records? Yeah, that could be one of them. So I love that you're putting these in here. Who do you know that's a personal injury attorney, a defense crime case? So we're putting that specificity. I like asking in person, and I like putting this out on social media. So could this be your social media post? I'm expanding my business and I need your help. Who do you know who? Now, sometimes people have a tendency to want to put, here's how I'm going to help them. Here's what I need. We're just putting this out here just as it is. I'm expanding my business and I need your help. Who do you know who? Then when people comment and say, I know Susie, you're not going to reach out to Susie right away. You're going to reach out to the person that commented and said, oh, great, I see you know Susie. Would you be open to creating an introduction? And we'll go more into depth on how to make that happen in the event series in a couple of months. But we want to ask them for their help. Could you set up a coffee? Could you send an email introduction? However, you're looking for the connection. So you ask your network for help. All right. I know we have gone through a lot in these 22 minutes on our 5 steps to referral success. So number 1, who's that ideal client? Who's your target market? How do we activate those best referral sources, educate, motivate, and then finally ask for referrals? Oh, sometimes people say, Tiffanie, how often can I ask for referrals on social media? Unfortunately, that's one of those questions that I have to say, it depends. If you're like me and I'm posting 2 or 3 times a day on Facebook, then it's probably easy for me to post 2 or 3 times a week for the referral request. If you're posting like once a week on Facebook, then probably no more than once a week is what you want to do. So I'm curious to hear from you in the chat box. I would love to know, what are your top takeaways from this conversation? What are your Tiffanies on this creating abundant referrals for you? What are some of the things that are really sticking out, or steps that you're going to do? What's your to-do? And I'll leave you with this thought. You can make money or you can make excuses, but you can't do both. Take some time to work your referral network to create your success.
That was a terrific piece of advice from Tiffanie when she went through her 5-step process of determining your target market, activating your referral sources, educating your sources, motivating your referral sources, and then asking for referrals. I would love to know how this works for you. Drop me a line at patiyer@legalnursebusiness.com and tell me about your success in using Tiffany's system. I can't wait to hear from you. Coming up next, you're going to have an opportunity to meet Sherry Martin, who is a LinkedIn expert. She's my colleague. She's the person I bring in to teach social media skills to my coaching clients, and an all-around knowledgeable person. You'll have an opportunity in next session's podcast to find out more about how you can use this powerful social media platform to expand your reach and attract attorney clients. So be sure to watch the next Legal Nurse podcast. You can see it on our YouTube channel at Legal Nurse Business, or you can listen to it on the audio channels. Be sure to check it out. Thank you for being part of our audience of Legal Nurse Podcast. I hope that you enjoyed this session and you got some great tips from it. I would love to see you at our February 2025 LNC Success Online Conference. That will be our 11th conference, taking place February 27, 28, and March 1. You can get your ticket by going to lnc.tips/February 2025 virtual. I'd love to see you there.